Dude, alright, I can't be the only one that thinks you sound like a fucking vacuum cleaner when you drink. No, like, not a good vacuum cleaner, a fucked up vacuum cleaner. On today's podcast, featuring the Shark vacuum cleaner,
we're going to be talking about our feelings about E3 before going into it, and then our feelings after E3.
What games?
I think I puked a little in my mouth. I'm sorry, dude. Okay,
We gotta focus on not cussing, and I'm saying it out loud because it's a big problem I have.
We both had that problem.
I cuss a little bit more than you, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's because you're around people
Instead of
more.
words like...
Nougat.
Yeah.
We have to say shit.
No. Instead of shit, you say nougat. I just took a nougat in there.
I cannot argue.
Instead of fuck, say shit.
Son of a biscuit. Oh god, that took a
Total biscuit.
That's no, dude.
Dude,
John died. It's fucking depressing. Anyway,
back to games.
Back to E3 in general. I watched more coverage than you did. But you didn't miss much.
No, I know. Sony. I've heard Sony's was not as we anticipated it going to be. It was kind of a letdown for a lot of people.
It was kind of a disaster on the live stream.
I know, my feed crashed.
It crashed for me twice. The audio was fucked up during the flute. And I wasn't the only one that experienced issues. My internet was fine. I was able to do everything else. But, yeah, I was able to finish the Sony panel with fucked up audio. But the only thing you really missed was Nintendo and the PC conference after E3, which is still a part of E3, quote unquote. The PC conference was nothing really to look at. It was basically a Steam showcase.
The one thing I'm disappointed about not hearing about this year was Borderlands 3. We were all hoping.
I was hoping for just an announcement saying they're making progress, but this is a good sign because they're still working on it.
I know,
the
but
longer they work on it, the better, dude.
The rumors that they dropped out of doing their E3 conference because of
Rage
2 is just disappointing because it feels like maybe they weren't lying. Maybe it wasn't a rumor. Maybe they really did not want to do it because their games looked a lot similar. But they're different.
It's truth, though.
Different.
They're different, but you know how all other games that were released before Overwatch or right after Overwatch were overshadowed as a motherfucker. Battleborn didn't even get a chance because of Overwatch.
No.
If they would have released that early, they would have had a good enough player base, and it would have been a contender with Overwatch. I believe. Because the playability of Battleborn, I played it for a few hours. It's super fun. It's just, it's a freaking hero battle game. And it's like, if you want to play that, everyone points you to Overwatch.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to get too off topic, but I also didn't want to start with my most anticipated game. Not of this year, but in general, Borderlands 3. It's going to be amazing. If it's not, it's still going to be good.
It's going to be what we want it to be, and that's a game that is made for us, not just as fans, but as gamers.
And anyone that's not going to know anything about Borderlands 2, you're missing out. Anyone that goes like, oh, well, I never played it because of the graphics, it makes me nauseous. I completely get that. I thought the same thing with the first one, but honestly, after like 10 minutes, you get used to that shit. I had a buddy named Tony I played Borderlands with on 360. And he was like, dude, I can't even play it. I convinced him to buy it. And when he got it, after the first 30 minutes, he was in love. And it's the best shooter I've ever played because it's not just a shooter. It has an amazing story. It has an amazing loot-based system. Amazing combat. Amazing gameplay in general.
Speaking of loot-based games, I was just checking out Anthem earlier today. Their loot looks like random as hell, but it's going to be awesome.
It does. I didn't want to jump straight into Anthem. I want to talk about other games. We're here and we're queer for Anthem. I know. God damn it.
Now, we've told you before, we're not into, we really don't want to get anticipated for any game because we got disappointed last time we got into a big game like Anthem. I mean, we were so excited for Destiny, and look what they gave us.
I do want to point out, I think we're part of a generation of middle people that we're not too old. We still play games. We're not that picky about games, but we have that nostalgia. So we kind of judge games a little bit. We're not part of the younger generation, and that kind of changes our perspective on games. We kind of have a expectation versus younger people don't, and that's with anything. But Destiny was good for some people. Even people that love Destiny right now still had complaints about it.
I think the reason kids like Destiny so much is because it's their Halo. It's this generation's Halo.
In a way, except shitty-ass story.
Yeah, no story, but, Halo, it's hard to compete with. Us growing up, we played Halo. We played Halo 1, 2, 3, Reach.
Me, it was Halo and Call of Duty. Like, the earlier Call of Duties that had good story. Like, up to Modern Warfare 2. I played the shit out of those.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, the newer generation's just more so into, the new hit first-person shooter. And
Well, it also has to do with competitiveness.
I know, but that's what I'm getting
everyone's
to.
more
Like,
competitive.
it's more multiplayer and less story-based. It's like they're straying away from the aspect of gaming that we're all into.
I want something that's in between, and I feel like that's what they should go for demographic-wise. Like,
Yeah.
they shouldn't focus on just one demographic because that's how games come and then go. Games that focus on multiple demographics and focus on making a
And that
game.
is exactly why I'm excited for Anthem, because it looks like they're throwing all sorts of different possibilities. You can be in a suit, you can be out of a suit, you can fight animals, you can go fight enemies. There's an actual story to the game. That
The
you can
boss
follow
fights
along
don't
with.
look like they look like traditional boss fights that everyone loves.
Yeah, they don't look like. Well, I guess you could.
Point and shoot.
Yeah, it looks sort of like a Borderlands
They look more
kind
dynamic.
of thing, like where
They
you
look more
walk in the
dynamic.
room and a boss comes out and it says their name and you fight it.
It doesn't.
Oh,
It doesn't just have a gun or just have a weapon.
It has
There's
giant things or giant fucking claws.
It
that
interacts
fucking
with
rip
the
you
map.
apart.
It
Exactly.
does things.
From the trailer we got to see, the creature crawled around the ceiling. It jumped over. It was coming at them hard. Now, let's not stray away from the fact that we're trying to look into more of like older games. Like, we want those boss fights back. Like, I remember playing Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, the first time. You go down the Great Deku Tree, you get into the chasm, and you fight the fucking boss, and his name pops up. It's awesome.
I think a lot of traditional older games have better iconic boss fights, and that's kind of what we're looking for. We're not looking for boss fights that just have this enemy but bigger and a boss. We're looking for iconic things that are different, kind of like Dark Souls. That's the best example I can think of. Some of the bosses in that game are iconic, and people that play the shit out of Dark Souls and RPG games can agree with that.
I completely agree. I played Dark Souls.
I barely played Dark Souls, and I still remember a few bosses from the beginning of the game that you never fucking forget that shit.
You ain't gonna forget them bosses. They literally leave an imprint. They're literally fucking you in the ass. Now, those are what we're getting back to, and that's what we want in a boss fight. We want them to come in and you say, I'm fucked. Now, not to say I'm fucked and I'm never gonna beat this, but I'm fucked and I'm gonna figure out how to beat this.
Yes. It literally entices you, like, fuck, he killed all of us, we have to do that again, but you want to do it again.
Yeah.
There's different ways to do it. You're not doing the same thing and then just not dying. You're trying to do different things. We need more dynamic fighting and map design. We don't need something that you just hide behind and shoot at. Fucking... you know what I mean.
Point and shoot, man.
Yeah, over half of the bosses in Destiny were literally that. The last boss in Destiny 1 and 2 was literally just hide behind something, shoot at it.
Well,
the second
game, you just came out of nowhere and just were like, let's fuck him up, and then you shot him up for like 15 minutes.
You just used your supers over and over again, and then you just killed him. It wasn't even... You didn't even have to hide behind anything.
You literally got in and got out. And then you're like, I beat the game. And then you're like...
It was the easiest boss fight
wait,
in the entire
that wasn't
game.
the game? I had to buy the rest of the game? Oh, no!
They did better with the story in Destiny 2. They did improve, but it's more of a hill instead of a mountain. They improved so little. It's just enough to it made us finish the game. We finished the story and we didn't play after that. We focused a little on finishers for a little bit, but after we got all the finishers, we kind of just stopped. There was no real point. But I don't want to keep rambling on a few games. There are other games that came out. Go ahead and talk about some of the ones you're excited for, because I have a list as well.
Fallout 76.
That's on my list.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Everyone's excited. Everyone. Okay, I do want to say real quick, before you go on a hype train and shit, there will be problems with this. And I'm looking forward to it, but there is a category it's going to go in, and I feel like it's going to go down the road of Call of Duty a little bit.
I'm hoping it doesn't, because mainly what they're doing is you can make a squad of 4 people.
Yeah.
Me, you, somebody else. Anyways, your squad can go against fucking whatever, the Wasteland. Go against it. It's a story-driven game still. And you can even play it on single player if you don't want to interact with anybody. But what they're doing is adding a feature where other players can come in and kill you for your loot or anything like that. It's not a battle royale. It's none of that. What we anticipated it to be was a battle royale. But instead, it's an actual co-op online multiplayer Fallout game. And sure, you'll get a few assholes who are going to be like, I'm going to nuke them with my fat man. But, it's not like we're gonna get all of those. A lot of us in the beginning, I can guarantee, are just gonna be looking forward to the story base and running through with your friends.
I think the biggest problem with the game is gonna be in the future, a few 6 months to a year down the line. Everyone will be hacking the game. Not even that, alright, people joining the game, people like me who aren't gonna pay full price for the game. I'm sorry, I'm a broke ass motherfucker. I'm not gonna pay full price for the game. I'm gonna get it a little cheaper. I'm gonna look for that one fucker on Facebook Marketplace or fucking eBay who's like, oh, well, I beat it, not a huge fan, and don't show me stuff over. I don't even know what you're...
I'm showing you Austin.
Oh.
The last thing he looked at was like, what are you reading?
I don't care. We're recording.
this.
We can talk about this later.
Okay. Back to the game.
Yeah, see what you fucking
Back to
did.
the show. Anyways, back to the game. Shit. I am looking forward to the new building system. I mean, sure,
It looks
janky.
just like Fallout 4 building system.
No, because this one actually lets you go out into the wasteland and set down a trap and start building your own fort wherever the fuck you want to build it.
We don't know if it's wherever the fuck
It is. That's what they said. It says on the machine, and they even said it during the conference. You can set down this anywhere and start building your
There's
base.
going to be limitations.
Well, obviously, I mean, like, let's say I want to build mine on a cliff. Obviously, that's not going to work out.
People will find a way, though.
Yeah.
I just realized. They'll find a way.
Gamers
Build-
will find a way.
Build it, they will come.
Cheaters never change.
Son of a bitch.
Now, let's get moving on because we don't want to talk too much about Fallout 76. It's an amazing game, and we're all going to probably pre-order or buy it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not okay, I have made an oath. There are only certain games I pre-order. I encourage people not to pre-order games
until you actually see some actual gameplay.
Not even that. Like, wait till the game comes out. You don't know what fucking issues are going to come
Well,
out.
that's very true. I mean, Destiny's beta, it was better than the actual game. I mean, you remember that weapon
Exactly.
system where it was the cubes instead of the fucking circles?
They brought that back, actually. In the
Too
new
late, too
version.
little.
I know. Exactly. But it's to the point, I don't endorse pre-ordering because it is a bad system, and it shows companies that you will pay for nothing.
Yeah.
You can pay for something and know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And people do
Well,
that. I
that's
do
what I'm
not
saying.
support that.
That's
Do you
what
know
I'm
what
saying
that
about
shows
Fallout.
companies? Like, I'm not talking about
Yeah.
big companies that have. I'm not saying like, oh, these companies that actually have a committed player base. Some company might come out of nowhere, show a game that looks amazing. It'll turn out like Fallout. Not Fallout. Freaking
Destiny.
not Destiny. No Man's Sky, and
Oh.
people will pre-order it, and it'll come out and it'll be complete shit. Everyone will bitch
Yeah,
about it.
well, that's
But
what
guess
I'm
what?
saying.
Legally, they won't be able to do too much about it.
That is exactly what I'm saying. But at the same time, games like from a big company like Bethesda, I don't think they're gonna fuck us over on this one.
You also don't know. Everyone has different preferences. If your best friend told you to go get this game and pre-order it right now, and you turn out to hate it, and you only play with him, maybe you should have waited a week before getting it. Maybe you shouldn't have paid $65 to pre-order for
Uh-huh.
that little bitty ass
60
figurine
no,
that
no,
you
no,
now
no.
hate.
No. See,
See,
I'm gonna buy the
C means
$209
yes.
one.
You motherfucker.
No, I'm just kidding.
You're one of those motherfuckers.
No, I'm not. All it comes with is a power armor helmet. But like I was saying, we're trying to move on from that. Let's get back more into Valenwood. We haven't seen a lot of stuff from it, but from the little preview we got where he's walking through the forest and he puts his hand on the tree to actually move forward, I was like, holy shit, this looks amazing.
Like, tell me about Valenwood, because I don't remember which one that was.
That's the new Skyrim.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Not talking about Skyrim. Let's talk about
Elder Scrolls 6.
yeah,
Okay.
okay. So,
I didn't remember the. I
you
just
know
know
the
it was
joke.
Elder Scrolls
you know
6.
that joke skit that Key was in, where it was like Skyrim on Alexa.
on Alexa and everything.
It's real.
Yeah.
It has been brought to life, and it says on the app, "Eat all the fucking cheese." I'm gonna eat all the motherfucking cheese.
Son of a bitch. No, when I saw him playing on his fridge, I was like, that reminded me of the one time I was at Home Depot and there was porn on one of the digital fridges.
Oh, nice.
it was on Pornhub and there was just some chick sucking a dick and I was like, America. We have porn on our fridges. We're not proud of that. We're not proud. I can guarantee you we're not proud.
Anyways,
I just laugh at our country sometimes. I might delete that later.
Yeah, I hope
That
so.
sounds fucked up.
Anyways, getting back into the things. There's so many more games that we're interested in. I mean, we already gave you a little bit of the hype train with Anthem. Interchangeable suits, armors, fucking tanks, fucking warlocks, fucking hunters. It looks awesome.
Talking about Anthem.
Yeah.
Well, like, all right, you're describing classes. It's not. It doesn't label classes in the same way as normal.
It's not labeled. I have heard there is a type of class, and it's
Yeah.
not hunter. It's a ranger, I believe.
Yeah, but it's. I just want to point out we're not trying to compare it to Destiny.
No.
Anthem looks completely different. It's made from BioWare. BioWare is such a strong story-based company. They haven't.
I'm going to Blair. I am Iron Man when I get it.
Son of a bitch. You know there are going to be people that try
Yeah.
to make an Iron Man suit, and they might do it. I want to know the length of the customization on this. I don't want to go into it too much right now.
Yeah.
What I wanted to do was do kind of a rapid fire. I'm going to list off some games, and we're going to give quick opinions on what we thought of it. Not just the showcase at E3, but anticipations.
Go ahead.
All right. First one up is Division 2.
It looks alright. Looks
Hey.
a little bit better than the first game.
A little bit better.
I think that whole fucking intro was awesome. Although I thought it was too good. The acting was amazing, and I thought it was actually part of a story-driven game. Until
I
they're like, we gotta level up, and I was like, ah.
I've never played the first one, but because of how it looked, and it looked like all enemies were bullet sponges, it looks a little bit more strategic in the second one.
Oh,
It
yes.
might change.
It looked really awesome.
You played the first one a little
Yes,
bit.
yes.
I'm guessing you'll probably get this down the line after it comes
Down
out.
the line when it comes out, I believe I will be getting this.
Probably like a month or two
Month
after.
or two after.
I think I'll probably do the same.
All right,
Next up, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts 3, I mean, a lot of us are excited for it, but a lot of us are just kind of disappointed it took so long to get it out to us.
I completely get it.
Yeah, I was talking to a coworker today about it, and he says, man, I love Kingdom Hearts. I've always loved Kingdom Hearts, and we've watched the whole series go up. And he's like, but it feels like we've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts for too long. And I agree with him completely. I mean, I just got the 2.5 collection about 2 years ago, and when I heard that it hasn't had a new game in this long, I was like, are you serious?
Well, the third one actually comes with...
the third one, if you pre-order it, comes with all of the games
yes,
prior.
yeah.
Which is an awesome pre-order.
I do agree with that because I like stuff that kind of gives you an incentive to pre-order if it's worth it.
Yes.
You're getting 2 whole
You're getting
games.
a PlayStation exclusive Keyblade.
Yeah.
You're getting
It's... I get
fucking
it.
you're
It's
getting
okay.
19 games about.
What the comment I do want to make, as someone who's barely played any of them, I've only played the first one for like an hour and a half. The third one, I've watched a bunch of gameplay. It looks like a game I would enjoy. I just haven't spent the time on. The third one looks a little more cheesy. Like, it doesn't
it's
look
not,
as dark.
Actually, it looks darker than the other games. The
To
first
me,
game,
it doesn't.
yeah, I get that because they're trying to portray the more like goofy side of like the Disney and all that. But I can assure you, they're gonna take the dark turn that they do in every Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah.
where fucking like Riku fucking turning out to be Ansem at the end of the first game, and then you're like, oh shit, and then in the second game he shows up, and you're like, oh shit, and then he gets returned to normal, and you're like, oh shit, like the whole game makes you go, oh shit, and you're
Yeah.
like, this is an amazing game. You really love the characters. Like when they introduced Roxas, you were like, oh, who's this? Some kid. This isn't Sora, and then you're like, oh my god, he's part of Sora.
Now it does look more rapid fire because it
no,
looks
that's
like
what I was about to bring up.
it
there.
looks like it has more content, but at the same time, I'm worried it'll have less.
No, actually, they've brought in a whole bunch. I'm glad they took as long as they did, but at the same time, I'm disappointed.
You know, okay, this is Disney.
Yeah,
this
Dis-
isn't just
No,
an independent
it's
company.
Square Enix and Disney.
They had to get permission from Disney to do everything in this
Yeah.
game. So I'm not surprised it took so long because Incredibles 2 just came out.
Yeah, I don't think they'll include that though. Because,
No.
yeah.
They
Maybe a
might.
DLC.
They might.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first game that
But
could have DLC.
it's also the fact that it's just the fact it's Disney. They have to go through so many companies working with Disney has to go through so many.
I
ins
know,
and
and
outs.
well, what I want to say is, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be an amazing game, and I love all the new weapons they're bringing to us. You're not just using the Keyblade. There's yo-yos. There's all this cool fucking shit that's coming out.
Yeah.
All right.
As rapid fire as this is, I did want to focus a little more on Kingdom Hearts a little bit.
Oh.
We're moving next, but you're a huge fan of the series.
I am a huge fan, and I'd love to keep going on because
It's such
the
a
reason
dedicated
I'm
player
such a
base.
big fan is because of the Final Fantasy aspect. You get to watch Sora grow up, and as we're watching him grow up, the more and more they grow up, the more they look like a Final Fantasy character. And you're
A little
like,
bit.
this is kind of cool. It's Final Fantasy and Disney. You got your pal Donald and Goofy, and then there's Mickey. I mean, that's just cool on its own. Like, your favorite characters growing up. I can guarantee you, everyone's favorite character is probably Goofy. And it was my favorite, and I can't lie. Everybody has a favorite Disney character.
My favorite was Donald.
Yep, see? That whole...
I just liked him when he got mad. That's it. Just no.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, it's awesome and everything. And this game has so much potential, but there is stuff that could go wrong. And I'm not going to throw a whole bunch out there, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They could mess up the story. They could change everything. And then
That's
it'd
a
be like
possibility
my-
with any game.
Yeah, it's a possibility with any game. And the potential, though, that's what we're all looking at. That's
Alright.
what we're all looking forward to.
I hate to move on from that, but Cyberpunk 2077. All right,
Okay.
you're excited about this, but
It looks good, but it looks
Okay.
like it can be so bad.
I watched like 3 different interviews from the designers, leading engineers, and developers. It comes from a company that made The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is one of the best known universes in gaming history. Argue with me all you want. That is a popular opinion. But Cyberpunk has the promise of making a futuristic, steampunk-ish version of that, and I'm super excited. And they said every choice you make in the game will change the outcome. I know every story-based game makes that promise.
Are you sure you're talking about the right game? Because I did not hear them say that about that game.
This isn't during the conference. I've watched 3 hours.
All
of
right, I was about to
content.
say, because the game it sounds like you're talking about is Dying Light, too.
No, this is supposed to be better.
Okay.
They say every
I'm hoping
decision.
so, because from the trailer, it looked like your vehicles can pick up off the ground and fucking literally fly in the air.
All right,
That
here's
looks
the thing.
awesome.
They barely showed any content because they're still working on it. There's still not an announcement
You know
on
what
when
it
it's
really
releasing.
reminds me of? A Back to the Future-esque kind of game.
I want to say it reminds me of that, but I'm trying to think. It reminds
Harrison
me.
Ford movie, 2077. No,
That's
Yeah.
the name of the game.
Ah, dang. You know what I'm talking about, though. The one where he's in the future and...
Yes, by saying that you made me forget the title. They just made a sequel, and we're fucking retarded right now.
Yeah. Anyways, it's like the Harrison Ford movie where it's in the future, all the cool shit.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Now, what I think looks really cool about it is the whole android aspect. It looks like there's no human beings left around.
No, they're humans. They're cyborgs.
Ah.
Everyone's augmented to an extent. Everyone's part
like
technology.
There's nobody normal left.
No. Yeah. And it's the movie we're thinking of is Blade Runner because we're fucking stupid.
What Blade Runner? What? Because it has a fucking title on there.
No,
like,
the second one is Blade Runner something.
2033 or something.
The second one is like Blade Runner something. The first one was just regular Blade Runner, but they just had a sequel. Everything. Blade Runner 2049 is the sequel. No, you can't redeem yourself.
I redeemed myself.
No.
Anyways,
but I am excited for it.
I wonder if you'll get to make your own character.
Yes.
Oh,
to an extent. It is story-based, but it's an open-world story-based. It's just like Witcher 3, and I'm excited for it.
Oh, I guarantee you I'm excited for it, too. I mean...
But it's, the developers, I watched the developers' reactions while telling the game. They're so excited, and that makes me excited.
Yeah, no, alright, moving on.
God Eater 2.
Oh, wait.
I have
God Eater 2? I believe it's God Eater 3.
God Eater, it might be 3.
Yes, I believe it's 3. God Eater 3. Because there's God Eater 1, God Eater Resurrection, and God Eater 2. But that might be God Eater 2. I'm not sure.
I don't know. We'll move on to the next one. The next Just Cause game.
I don't know. They all seem like the same game. I'm gonna shoot this, shoot that, throw a rope here. It's an awesome fucking open world game, and I love flying around it. But I don't much get into the story.
Yeah, I completely get that. Rage 2.
Rage 2, it looks like
right.
serious Borderlands.
Anyone that's played Rage Run, Rage Run. That's the mobile app that's coming out. Rage Run. You just jump over shit like every other fucking running app.
Jump and shoot, man.
You jump and shoot shit. But the biggest thing I'm excited about it is the first game had a lot of potential, and it's a great universe, and I'm excited to see it expand. I can't tell you to go play the first game because, I mean, honestly, the first game's so cheap now. You can find it for like $5. Actually, go and get the first game.
Xbox.
Yeah, is it an exclusive?
Yeah, it was. I don't think it's an exclusive now, though. I believe it was an exclusive back on the Xbox, though.
The first one I only played it on the 360.
That's what I'm saying. I believe it's only on the 360. So get yourself out there, get you a copy, play it. It's a good game.
It's a really good game. The second one has potential. I'm not saying pre-order it, but if you like the first game, the second game's supposed to be so much like it.
Unless we know what the pre-order bonuses are yet. Once we get more on that, we can cover more of like all the pre-order bonuses coming out if you guys want us to.
One thing I want to talk about a little bit, all the mobile gaming linked to a lot of games coming out.
Okay, so
this is kind of throwing me off.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be bad, but I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, no, this new Elder Scrolls game coming out, though, it's going to be cool because it's not only going to be on our phone, it's going to be brought to the console. So if you don't enjoy playing it on your phone, you can play it on console, PC, whatever the hell you want. Play it on your Alexa. Anyways.
Son of a bitch.
It's just, they are moving towards mobile gaming, and that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because we want more console gaming. Let's not lie. We're all console homeboys.
Alright, anyone who's not just dedicated to console, we play PC, but we don't have the money. The console people, alright, you can say all you want. You can say, oh, consoles are expensive. I bought my PS4 for $200. I got an Xbox One. You can get them cheap. It's not expensive. Console gaming PC gaming, if anything, is a little more expensive initially. You can get games cheaper, but on console, we just need more games. And we need to stop the trend of games coming out $60.
I agree. I mean, hell, they make enough money from us anyways. I want to get back to that stage where games were only $50.
Not even that. I want to see a day where games are $30 and
like back on the N64.
They make more DLC.
Yeah.
They don't make enough
games like
expansion
Destiny.
content.
Like if Destiny came out for $30 and then all the DLC came out after equaling
$60.
I could understand. Because I bought a full game.
It's not just the gameplay that gets people. People need to understand there's a dollar value for the content you're paying for.
Yeah.
If you play a game and you don't like it, you just spent $60 on a... Let's say you played the game for 6 hours. You just paid for 2 movies that you didn't like. And those were $30 movies. Succotash. Those are $30 movies.
Yeah.
And that's not... Yes, they're interactive movies, but...
When it comes down to it, you're just paying for a movie that you didn't really much like.
And I don't want to compare it completely to movies, but it's a form of entertainment. I mean, I can go to Redbox after waiting for a movie to be out for a while and pay to see a movie one eighth of the price when it came out in theaters. Same thing with games, but games are still $40 a year after fucking release.
Hell, some games are still 60 for games that came out fucking 2 years
At
ago.
GameStop, they're 54. We need gaming to stop acting like a corporate industry and more like an entertainment industry. It needs to focus on its fans and not on what will sell. Because the more you focus on what will sell, the less you're going to sell. Yeah, you'll be rich off one game and then everyone else won't touch a single thing you make because it's all the same. Either that or none of it's good. I mean, it's hard. And I hate to say, oh, well, microtransactions are terrible for games. If you're playing a free game, microtransactions make sense. Now, if these are microtransactions that affect pay to win, if you have to pay a game to win, I don't like that. Now, if it is time-based and there are different tiers of levels, let's say you go to play multiplayer. It takes you a week to get to level 30. It took another dude 3 days to get to level 30 because he paid money. It shouldn't matter the gap, because if you play multiplayer or anything based off of things you've earned, there should be a tier. You shouldn't be playing against people like that.
That's about our fear about Anthem, because EA is also in it, so we're scared that
It's gonna be
full of microtransactions.
Let's list off some examples of microtransactions. Let's talk about Star Wars Battlefront.
Now that was a game that they took, and they said
We were so excited for it.
I know,
and
because
it kind of
if you were a big hard fan of the original Star Wars Battlefront,
I had
and
both
you
of them on
started-
PS2, and I played the shit. I even had the one on PSP. I played the shit out of that one.
I know, and then they came out with that, and you're like, oh, nostalgia, I can't wait to play it, and you put it in, and you're like, wow, this is really cool. The first one was really good, but it was lacking. It was lacking. It felt like you were missing a bunch of the game. You had all of fucking 3 Jedis, and fucking the rest of the game was just shooting people. It was multiplayer only. In the original games, it wasn't like that. In the original games, it was a story base, and then you had a multiplayer mode. And we just didn't get that with these.
Yeah. We went on a mini tangent, even though I said we weren't going to. One game I want to list off, if anyone knows about this game, you're going to be just as confused as us. Death Stranding. What the fuck?
Okay, it's Hideo Kojima's new game. And basically, Daryl Dixon.
I know about it. You got to tell them, because
Yeah.
it's
Basically,
fucking weird.
from what I've heard, it's
It's-
basically his wife dies, and it's in a world where it's a post-apocalyptic, and he has to get his baby somewhere or something like that, and you basically have to carry the baby throughout all these tasks, all these quests, protecting the baby. At first, I believe a lot of people speculated it's a zombie game, and I can't be certain, but I'm
It's
pretty
not.
sure it's not.
I've seen gameplay. It's not a zombie game. If you're confused on what it is a passion project projected with a celebrity. And it is, if you thought any of the Resident Evil games were weird, this one's gonna fucking knock your socks off. Like, this is, whew. There are demons, there are different dimensions, death is treated different. When you die, it's not permanent, it's just, it has a negative effect. During the gameplay, you as the main character, you're carrying around different equipment. Honestly, it looks like a hiking simulator, but you're basically carrying a baby majority of the game, and it looks freaking weird. That's all I really want to cover on it, because
It looks interesting.
it looks interesting, but I don't think I'm going to get it. I think that's going to be something, you get a lot of weird games. And some of them turn out okay. Now, I knew I was going to bring it up eventually, because it's going to be a long topic. I want to make it a little short. The Last of Us 2.
Okay.
Everyone's excited.
The whole new trailer.
Raise your
we got
pants now.
The whole new trailer was just Ellie, lesbian. Where's Joel? That's
Ellie, lesbian. Where's Joel? Oh, good combat.
that's all I got from it.
My favorite meme of the entire thing is right as they kiss, and it says, population of Earth is struggling, becomes lesbian.
Oh, only one. No, it's only one who's immune
Oh,
to
only one
virus
is, yes.
becomes a lesbian.
Oh, dude.
I should definitely put that in the video.
That freaking, that killed me, dude. That was gold. Yeah, there are a few more games we're excited from E3.
We'll have to push them out fast because we're
Yeah.
almost out of timer.
Yeah, I know. We don't have a timer that the audience knows about, so suck at it. Days Gone, we don't know too much about it. It's just a survival game, zombie based, of course. Black
I
Ops
will-
4 Battle Royale. Jesus
I will
fucking
go
Christ.
on about Days Gone. Basically, Days Gone is World War Z fucking zombies. But
Yeah.
I'd say that, but we're getting a World War Z game, so
I am all zombies out. Like
I'm not.
I'll play a zombie game, but it has to be a good ass fucking game.
Yeah, I want it to be a good game. That's
I
all I'm saying.
after okay, if you're anything like us and you played on console, even on PC, Dead Island.
Ooh,
If you play Dead
there's
Island,
something we can talk about right there. Dead Island 2.
I don't want to talk too much about it. It's already
I
out.
don't know what. No, Dead Island 2 is not out. Dead Island.
Yes, they made a
out.
second one.
No,
That was declared the second one. The next one coming out.
no,
is
the
not
next
the
one
second.
is the second one. Look it up.
No, the. All right. Anyway, the zombie games. Crackdown 3. Talk about Crackdown 3.
Okay, Crackdown, as everyone knows, is a goofy game about cops. Basically, you got superpowers, you got vehicles that upgrade with you, you got all these cool mechanics with villains. Yeah,
It's been out. I've seen it in stores.
it must have came out recently.
No, it came out a few months ago, if not more. But anyway, continue about Crackdown 3 because just the entire time was just Terry Crews in the future. Terry Crews in the future. Oh shit, there's fucking Terry Crews in the future. That's the entire.
I
the
love
entire
that whole trailer.
I love it, even though it wasn't like the best. Is just I loved it just because it was him. But you know, it's what can you do? Anyway, Jesus, it's kind of hard to talk about too much stuff. Why am I talking about it?
No, it's
Fucking-
not. It comes out on 12/31/2019.
You sure?
Yeah, it's probably the whole thing where you can pre-order it.
Oh, it is pre-order.
Because Walmart's doing pre-order now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the My Hero game. My Hero game's not out yet either, and we thought it was out because Target has it listed already.
No, it did
It's
come
not
out.
out.
Are you sure?
Nope, already looked.
I swear, I keep seeing shit and they literally say it's out.
It's
like,
not out.
Jesus.
I know, I saw it on Target, and I was like, wow. But no, it's not out for us yet. It won't be coming out until, I think Ryan said next month.
Jesus.
Or October. I think it's October.
I don't know. I give up keeping track of games anymore, dude. Like, especially games where it's like, alright, they had the second one already out or whatever. But the developers keep releasing info that basically says it's out. And then you look and it's like, oh, pre-order.
Pre-order!
I don't know. I keep thinking games are out and no one's playing them because you know not a lot of people are going to be playing Dead Island when it comes out. I'm not that excited for it because I feel like it's going to be the same as the other two.
August 23rd.
Riptide is going to be Riptide was exactly like the first one.
Yeah, and
There was
that's
no
where I'm
differences.
hoping there's a big change with these games.
Just more content. You know. The first two sold good enough. They're not going to change the formula. They haven't been
They'll probably add more to it, though, like more guns.
Nah. They're going to add a little bit, but it's going to be one of those games that just
Sells because you enjoy killing zombies.
yeah, that's it. And you know they're not going to add too much because look at the advertising. There's none.
There's only that one commercial where they're running, and then the guy turns into the zombie.
And
while
how
he's running.
long ago did that come out?
That came out I want to say 6 months ago.
Yeah. It's one of those games where they're putting minimal advertising in it because they know it's gonna.
You know exactly what you're getting.
They're just trying to sell the bare minimum because they know it's not gonna last. They know. There wasn't anything about Monster Hunter at the conferences because Monster Hunter technically just came out, even though it doesn't feel like it. We just want more and more. I'm not tired of playing Monster Hunter. I'm tired of playing what's in Monster Hunter right now. When me and Caitlin get a Switch, I'm getting Monster Hunter Ultimate.
Generations.
Yes, Monster Hunter Ultimate Generations. And it is going to be awesome. My second most anticipated game of the year is Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Our boy
Spider-
Miles. Woo!
Spider-Man looks fucking awesome.
Oh, and he's getting his own screen appearance soon, too.
Is he?
Yeah, you shared it on Facebook. Our Black Spider-Man's getting a movie.
Oh, yeah, that's been announced for a
And
little
he's
bit.
getting his own character inside of the new Spider-Man game.
Yeah. It's going to be Spider-Man Multiverse. And that shit looks
It's multiplayer.
badass. Not the new game. The movie is going to be Spider-Man Multiverse. This next Spider-Man game, they're trying to add so much content into it because it's literally just Spider-Man. They're trying to make this the ultimate Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man.
And they've tried it before, but honestly, I'm just excited because I haven't played a really
Good Spider-Man.
fleshed out Spider-Man game since the PS1.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I tried Spider-Man 3, but it just didn't have the same feeling. You can't swing from the sky.
I heard it had enough content, but it was
had enough
disappointing.
content, but it was disappointing.
And there were some moments where, like, if you failed to save the, who is it, Gwen, Stacy, or whoever the fuck in the beginning of the game,
Yes, Bruce Campbell.
you
Bruce Campbell
fell,
came in and
and
said,
it just went,
"Come on, bud."
ah, her face, and then you just died.
Fucking love fucking Bruce Campbell.
That's
Right
great.
there in that fucking scenes. Come on, bud. You have to do better than that. Well, thanks, Bruce Campbell. I'm gonna go kill myself.
Fucking things, dude. So that makes me want to survive and not kill myself.
But it was fun to mess up on purpose. Come on.
all games, there's a point where you mess up on purpose. Any game. Even Skyrim, fucking, you know not to kill the chicken. What are you gonna do? Fucking kill the chicken.
Food sword down.
Why? I don't even food sword on that bitch. I made Kentucky Fried Chicken from that motherfucker. I'll roast that bitch. The first thing I did when a wolf came, not even one wolf, like 3 wolves followed me from the mountain, I was killing them, and then guards just started attacking me, and I was like, what the fuck? And after I killed the guards, I look on the ground, there's just a burnt chicken, and I was like, oh shit. That mechanic got everybody. Like, people, when the game first came out. I want moments like that in the new Elder Scrolls.
Where you kill a chicken and everyone in town fucking hates
Not a chicken. It's just like, his name was Charles, you fucking bastard.
Clucky the chicken. That was our mascot.
That was our mayor.
You killed the mayor.
You killed the mayor. That sounds like something Fable would do. Oh, the chicken's the mayor now. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all we got at the moment, because E3, I'm disappointed with this year. Certain games I'm hyped for, but they're games we already knew about. The biggest thing I had with E3 this year was more Battle Royale games came out. Why?
Who do you think won E3?
Why? Okay, I don't believe it was a competition between the conferences. I believe it was a competition between the games.
Yeah, who do you think won E3 then?
The game that won E3 this year was Spider-Man. To me, Spider-Man and Cyberpunk won because they're new and they're exciting.
I'm excited for not Border. God, I'm excited for
Hopping the Border.
No, I'm excited for Bethesda's new game they're making, Starlight.
I'm excited for it, but we know nothing about it, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, what from they're telling us, it's
From
gonna
what
be,
they're telling us.
it's gonna be
It's all
like
word of
imagine
mouth.
Skyrim, but in the future, but not so much in the future that it's Fallout-esque, but even further in the future where it's space themed.
I don't think it's going to be further in the future. I think
It is. They've already confirmed it's like way in the future and space-like.
No, I'm thinking of different game type. Like, it's not in the same universe. I think it's
Oh,
gonna
none
be...
of them are in the same
I
universe.
think it's gonna be Mass Effect-esque.
Yeah, that's what they're basically saying.
Yeah. So, if it's like that, I'll be excited, because I never really played Mass Effect. I played the beta and the demo for Mass Effect 3. It's just one of those games I never got around to playing, because it's so heavily story-based. So, this is completely irrelevant, and we're probably gonna stop the podcast after this. Here's a good question that Alex posted to the group. Would you rather eat ass or suck on a toe sexually?
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to eat ass.
All 4 of us agreed.
Thank God.
I can't see it now. If we're talking about a dirty toe or a dirty ass, I'd rather suck on a dirty toe. But sexually, everything clean, I'd rather eat ass than suck on a toe, because a toe is not sexual to me. I'm not grossed out by feet as long as they're clean. So I'll just put my mouth on it and I'll be like, okay, why am I doing this? Just
I make a
tease them a little bit, just, fucking
Get 'em going.
bite their toenail, you know how they like it. I don't fucking know. But, like, eating ass is just, like,
Ain't something I do on the norm.
I mean, I'll never do it.
How are we getting into ass again?
Into ass? There's a lot of ways to get into ass.
I was expecting the answer, lube.
It depends on the object. I would just massage the butthole with my tongue, right? Like, that's how you do it. You don't fucking shove your tongue in there and go
Oh,
like...
God, I don't want to think about it. Can you just imagine the taste, dude?
I can't, because have you ever eaten shit? No.
No, we've never
Don't know what
eaten
the
shit,
fuck it
but I don't
tastes
want to
like.
know.
It could be like one of those videos of fucking 2 girls, 1 cup.
You're
And
gonna eat the shit, man, and you're gonna be like, it tastes so good.
it could taste like fucking pizza. We don't know.
I hope not.
Pizza with that texture is still gross.
That's like fucking picking up a piece of dog shit and being like, wow, this donut's really good.
It's one of those cake donuts that's
Oh, dude,
unglazed.
quit. Oh, God.
Oh, God. No, but shit gets so hard, though. It'd be like chalk.
Chocolate shice.
No, chalk, not chocolate. God damn it.
Chocolate
Dude, you look
shice.
like a fucking stripper with that goddamn vest on. You look kind of good, though.
Do I?
In a gay porn star kind of way.
Fuck you.
That was just for the audience. Now I will strip. I'm just kidding. There's nothing to strip. These gams. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. My ass is tender because of the way I was sitting on it.
Yeah, dude, mine too.
Oh.
And we're done recording that.
No, we're not. I'm still recording.
Oh my God.